Hello friends! So, in the unofficial ranking of the most popular trading indicators, the fractal one isn't really top in the chart. In fact, it's not even in the top half. Why, you might ask? Well, because it's a bit tricky for the beginners to get the hang of it, and they usually stick with some other tools. But, however, with a bit of know-how, you will see that this is a very versatile and good indicator, and it can really pay off. How much, you might ask? Well, stick around until the end of this video to find out how much I made. I will not only tell you how, but I will also show you how to cash it out to your wallet. Alright? Let's get started. So friends, I'm going in for a raise. Pay special attention to the chart, please. Let's dive into why I made this decision. So there are a few strategies for using the fractal indicator in trading. The first one is quite simple. As soon as the chart crosses the fractal arrow boundaries, we open a trade in the direction of the chart movement. At this mark, the price chart rose above the previous fractal signal, indicating growth, so I traded upwards. MACD also backs up my decision. Its lines diverge and the histogram bars are green. I entered the trade after a slight pullback and am expecting a strong upward trend to begin. Let's watch. Just as expected, the chart confidently soared upwards, aiming to break through the next resistance level. We nailed the forecast, all thanks to the fractal indicator. First trade closes with a profit, $9 in the bank. I'm on a roll today, betting the entire deposit on each trade. I want to watch the chart behavior on this pair closely. It's approaching a resistance level and will either break through or fall back. Let's try to make some money on these movements, hoping the fractal indicator lends us a hand. Can you imagine turning $100 into $5,000? The answer is just 1 week. And you might wonder, how is it even possible? I've tried trading several times and I've lost a bunch. Listen, I've been there, I've done that too when I first started trading, and that one crucial ingredient I lacked was experience. So that's why I've created a Telegram channel to help newbies make their first serious money in the markets. I run deposit boosting marathons over there weekly, okay? And you can start with any amount of deposit that you want, but $100 would be ideal. So you can have a nice vacation anywhere in the world after just 1 week of my marathon, all right? How does the marathon work? Subscribe to my channel and read the participants' reviews first, then message me privately and I'll tell you all the details. The link is in the description under this video. Remember, you're just 1 click away from financial freedom, all right? I'll see you in Telegram, and for now, let's keep breaking down trading strategies with fractals. And here I go again, opening an uptrend trade, friends. Let's see what happened. Firstly, the price has now risen above the resistance level and one of the fractal marks. Though it's best to focus on the most recent arrow, breaking through the level is a strong argument for growth. And here's a new upward arrow right there. This is the second strategy for using the fractal. Track the appearance of arrows and open a trade in that direction. So I think the price will rise a bit more, then logically there should be a reversal and a correction. Many fractal indicator analysis advise to open a trade the moment it appears, but it's not always the case. I did that now, but it would have been better to open a bit lower, at the pullback where the shadow of the previous candle ends. That would have been safer, and here's a clear example why. The expiry time was enough, but just barely, and the risk of blowing it on the second trade was closer than ever. The price plummeted, but we managed to profit from the rise. $17 in the bank, friends. Let's watch the chart and talk about the fractal indicator, all right? It was invented by Bill Williams, a famous trading guru. He also created the alligator indicator, which I reviewed on my channel before. Check it out if you haven't seen it, okay? By the way, in his book, Williams recommends using both indicators together. I'm thinking of reviewing a strategy combining these two indicators. If you like this idea, please hit the like button and comment below. If there's enough interest, I'll definitely make that video for you. So friends, the chart has now crashed to the support level, and it's unclear whether it will bounce off or break through. Let's watch. I think a good trading opportunity will appear soon. And here it is, the perfect moment to open a downtrend trade. Even though the fractal signals haven't lit up on the chart, pay attention on the chart, friends. So there was a drop to the Keltner channel's middle line, after which the chart predictably bounced back up on a correction. And now the price has returned to a level that has become resistance for the chart. It coincides with the Keltner's channel's upper boundary. This is the ideal point to enter the trade. I think the price will continue to fall. It might well reach the channel's lower boundary even. And MACD has shown red bars that also signals a downturn, so the chart's likelihood of further falling is very high now. And by the way, after I opened the trade, a down arrow from the fractal appeared, but my entry point was more accurate this time. So $31 comes into the account, this time without any stress, a very comfortable trade. I think there will be sideways movement and the price consolidation now, so I suggest looking for a new trading opportunity. Just open a downward trade, friends. Let's take a close look at the chart. This is exactly why you shouldn't always open trades based on the fractal signal, okay? So the moment I opened the trade, a green arrow pointing upwards from the fractal lit up. But clearly the chart has closely approached a strong resistance level. Right there. And obviously, friends, the buyers ran out of steam, pushing it to these heights. And because there is no volatility at all, we can see that by the MACD bars. Or rather, we can't see. So no bars, no market activity. So I'm confident there is no strength to break through the level and the price will at least correct and then try to break the barrier with new forces. Now there's a clear sideways movement on the chart, and as it often happens in sideways markets, indicators lose their magic and your skills come to the forefront. If they're honed, there will be profit. As in this case, $58 in the till. How the fractal works in sideways movement, we've seen. It tends to make mistakes, okay? Let's look for an opportunity to test this tool under different conditions. And once again, it's almost a sideways market. In such situations, volatility should be your primary focus. MACD is there to help you. The histogram shows that market activity is extremely low. So we find the resistance line. It's right here. And open a trade as close to it as possible. I expect the price to drop to the Keltner channel's middle line. And friends, to understand how an indicator works, it's essential to grasp what a fractal fundamentally is. It's a repeating pattern where the same configuration occurs across the structure at different scales. Fractal patterns surround us in life. For example, in the structure of snowflakes or the way tree branches are arranged. They're everywhere, and these are just some examples. But let's get back to trading. So since we're nearly reaching a round figure in our balance, almost $100, and to get over the first 100, let's see where else we can earn today. So the currency pair of Euro and Swiss franc, where I'm opening a put option predicting a price decrease. Pay attention to the chart. Let's see what's happening. Again, we're experiencing low volatility, but there's a downward trend. Although it's very sluggish, the price is moving down. And why did I open a trade now? Firstly, not so long ago, the shadow of one of the candles went below the previous red arrow from the fractal. This intersection occurred right at this moment. after which there was a sharp pullback and the price corrected and grew towards the upper boundary of the Keltner channel. And this, I remind you, is also a level. And from it, there is a further decrease. So the correction has ended. Therefore, I expect the price to continue decreasing at a steady pace. And this, friends, is a key moment in using fractals in trading. The arrows lighting up on the chart are not a direct signal to press the button, but a reason to think and look for a suitable entry point. Like any indicator, it can lag, rush, or even give false signals, and your task is to filter the signals. Therefore, it's better to use fractals in a system with other indicators and chart analysis techniques. When Bill Williams developed this indicator, he supposed that the market's chaos is built on repeating patterns of trader behavior, all right? And that there's a structure that we can understand. All right, let's get back to trading and making money. That's why we're here after all, right? Opened another put trade. I think the price will go down now for the same reasons as in the last trade. Although the chart is treacherously crawling up, not the best entry point I chose, yeah. In this respect, opening a trade from the Keltner's channel's middle line is safer. But let's observe, friends. Bill Williams's fractal is based on Elliott wave theory. Williams believed it to be the basic structure of the market. Finally, the reversal I predicted begins. I hope the expiry time is enough for it to complete and bring me profit. And I often get asked how to calculate and choose expiry times. Friends, there's no definitive answer, alright? I have a video on this topic where I try to dissect it, but in reality, it's more a matter of your experience, okay? Meanwhile, $300 and $20 in the balance. I didn't even notice how I reached this sum. I reinvested all these funds into the next trade. Let's continue working with this currency pair. I think there will be a few more good opportunities to earn here. So while we continue our conversation, a fractal as a pattern is 5 or more candles, at least one of which is a local minimum or maximum. But spotting them on the chart is not always easy. Bill Williams's indicator automatically detects such patterns and displays them to ease your work. Each of these peaks or throughs serves as a kind of marker for traders towards which the trend may aspire. And in this sense, fractals are similar to key levels. Again, not as a precise indication, but as a potential guide. So I'm opening another put trade on the currency pair's quote decrease. Here we can make a decision even without fractals. Pay attention to the chart. So we now have a support level that the chart has yet to break. And if we draw a trend line above the chart through its peaks, we get a triangle. Such a graphical pattern almost always breaks down, and trading from its upper boundary is possible even without indicators, which is what I did in this case. So let's observe, and meanwhile I'll tell you a bit more about how you can use fractals in trading. For example, for identifying resistance or support levels, a downward arrow is a support level. If the fractal goes up, it's a resistance level. The main downside of this method is too many of these lines, which more often confuses people actually. So back to trading, friends. $593 in the balance, a fantastic result if you combine different methods of chart analysis and trading and don't just focus on indicators. The closer the chart to the triangle's apex I drew for you, the stronger the volatility becomes, alright? Strong fluctuations start, and it's not always possible to choose a good moment for entry. But now, I managed to find a good moment, in my opinion, opened a put trade, and at this moment a signal from fractals appeared. So let's redraw our triangle. Here is the top level of this figure, and we're now close to its apex, which means we're also close to the moment of breaking through the support level. And this pattern should close soon. So opening a put option was a justified decision. I'm now waiting for the price to drop to the bottom edge of the triangle. And then the breaking through the support level. Let's observe. And we see a rise. What's the forecast, friends? Will the trade close as I planned, or will we lose this time? Now, of course, the moment to open a trade is much more favorable, but it's not always possible to predict such jumps. But this time the trade ended with a happy ending. We've got the first 1,000 in the balance. So a sudden increase in volatility at the exit from the triangle's apex sometimes brings surprises. In such moments, extending the expiry time really helps. So if you accurately draw the triangle, you can even estimate how many candles it will take to approach the apex of the figure and set the expiry time for this period, plus a few minutes for a margin. But this way you won't catch all the movements within the figure. The choice of strategy is yours completely, but for beginners, I would recommend such an approach to reduce risks. Friends, we're observing now how the chart is breaking through the support level. I want to wait until it drops below the fractal. Then we can definitely consider the breakout to have occurred. And by the way, we discussed such a strategy at the very beginning of this video. So I think yes, it's time to open a put option. The pattern is broken. Pay attention to the chart. Let's capture this moment again. So here, as I've already drawn, is the support level. Although no, it should be a bit lower. Let's redo it to make everything accurate and visually clear. I'll draw the level below the fractal mark. It's approximately here. So I expect that after breaking the support level, the price will plummet significantly. Let's watch this. I think the fall will be quite strong and will confidently close the trade with a profit. Yes, that's exactly what happened. If you notice, the fractal was radically wrong this time, drawing an upward green arrow, which once again shows that indicators are not a panacea for all woes. If you're just starting to explore trading and want to better understand the market, it would be useful to trade without them at all. I think we've maximized our gain from this market situation, and so let's look for another opportunity to increase the deposit. I'm opening a trade on the exchange pair Euro and Canadian dollar. Let's examine the signals. So we see that a few candles back there was a fractal indicator for a price decrease, after which the chart bounced off the Keltner channel's middle line and rose to the resistance level. It's unlikely that the price will go above it. I think the price will consolidate at this mark. Approximately, the support level runs along the Keltner channel's middle line, and it is also quite strong. And I believe the chart will now enter a phase of price consolidation and sideways movement within this corridor. Okay, let's summarize, okay? Fractals are not a direct signal to action when to open a trade, but it's a good signal to get ready and find a suitable entry point, all right? Then you can use this indicator effectively and profitably in your trading systems. As it turned out for me, $2,767. That's the outcome of this trading session. And with that, I suggest we finish and move on to withdrawing money from the brokerage platform. So let's make a withdrawal. Today I will be withdrawing $2,000. Enter this amount in the amount window. I have various wallets. I often use Trust Wallet, Bybit, or Binance. The withdrawal process is very simple. Enter the amount. Next, I specify the wallet address and press the Continue button. And that's it. The request has been processed and will land in my personal balance in a few minutes. Let's go to the transaction history. Now my request to transfer money is being processed, but the amount on the trading balance has already decreased. The status of the request is currently in process, and also there is a cancel button next to it. So if you made a mistake or change your mind about withdrawing money, you can press the button to interrupt the process. But I'm satisfied with everything right now, so just a bit more waiting and I will show how the status changes in a few minutes. So the transfer was successful. The waiting process took about 15 minutes. The first line contains the transaction record and its status has changed. Now it proudly displays completed. The money is already in my wallet, but before spending it, let's summarize today's trading. Friends, in trading there are no useless tools. With rational use, each of them will bring you income. Today it was $2,767. If you want to achieve similar sums on your balance, then you need to constantly improve and expand your knowledge. And to do this, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because here the most honest reviews of indicators and trading systems come out regularly. Okay? Hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos of mine, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Then we'll see each other more often. And for now, I say goodbye to you. Until next time, have a great day and bye bye guys.